What's up guys, TCMuze. Today I'm making one of my smoothest beats ever for the artist Smino. I feel that both of our styles here reach a little left of center to get that hip hop blend of R&B with the contemporary style. So let's get into it. All right, today we're going to be in the key of F sharp major. Our BPM is 78 BPMs. We're going to slow it down a little bit. We're going to do something very loose today. So we're going to keep most of the things unquantized. So let me show you that there. No quantize. And when we do quantize, I'll tell you this up front, it's going to be the traditional 16th notes, 75% strength and sensitivity. But right now, we're getting everything in unquantized. We're going to start with the drums. I'm using Native Instruments Faded Reel Pack. I'm using the Ah Yes kit. All right, like I said, no quantize. All right, let's get some hi-hats in. We're using the Faded Reels pack again, but we're switching kits. We're using the Alias Switch kit. Sorry about that, no pun intended. We're gonna let these hi-hats just, limp along a little bit, that's why we got the no quantize. All right, we got that in, but I think I got a little too loose right there. We're gonna take that and just nudge that over. It's still early, but I think that was too early. Throws it off a little bit. But all right, we got it. Let's keep moving on. Next, we got a rattle. We're just gonna play that on the 2s and 4s. We're gonna slightly rush it just to give it a little bit of that Dilla feel. Also, let me show you what I'm using for this rattle. We're switching kits again, still in the Faded Reels family. We're using the all black kit. We're just gonna put this rattle on the 2s and 4s. Now for the last of the percussive elements, we're gonna go to Hazy Days. They have a full percussions kit. We're gonna put in a shaker for them just to push the beat along and push the rhythmic elements along. All right, last element we're going to get in before we get to the harmonic elements. I found this guitar sample in Faded Reels, this Barry Lurd kit, and I think it's going to go nicely as a little downbeat accent. So I'm just going to go ahead and play that in right quick, then we'll move on to the harmonic instruments. Bear with me. Hey man, if you made it this far, do me a favor. Like and subscribe. All right, I think we got everything we need rhythmically, percussively. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the 4 bars that we've been working with and we're just gonna duplicate that, give ourselves an 8-bar loop to work with as we get in these harmonics. Let's go ahead. I think we're gonna start with this pluck times to go ahead and lay the foundation of what we're gonna be rocking with. Yeah, that's coming from Native Instruments Stacks. It's called Ghostly Tines. Like I said, we're in F sharp major today. Yeah, there we go. We're in F sharp major today. Had to look at my notes, get myself together. And this one, along with the next one, we're gonna quantize at 75% strength and sensitivity. Turn those triplets off. We don't want that. There we go. Also, be reminded that you'll see the chords on the screen. However, I'll explain them in more detail at the end after I play out the full demo. So stay tuned for that. But right now, let's get in these chords. right, next up, we're going to put in some more keys. We're going to use the same chord progression as we used before. These keys are going to give us a different texture. They're going to kind of give us a vowelized kind of like pad underneath what we're working with. So we're using Sway 2 Soul Brass preset to get this little pad keys type of feel in. All right, I like it, but I think I want to turn it down a little bit. Probably, let's go with 3 dBs. It was at 13.5, now we moved it down to 16.5, negative 13.5 to negative 16.5. All right, next up, we're gonna add in some like sad piano keys. It's coming from my XXV Sovereign Soul pack. Link down below if you'd like to support the channel, you could pick that up. It's like a slow, sad piano type sound. We're just gonna play that in. Oh. The other thing, we're going to turn the quantize back off just so we can get that looser type of feel. Cool. I think I left my mic on, so you may hear a little bit of the key sounds, but that's cool. One thing I did notice is that I think, yeah, this got quantized a little too hard coming in, and that usually happens. So what we're gonna do is just take this one, slide it just a little bit, slide that just a little bit. Hopefully that helps roll the chords in to make it sound a little more natural as the loop loops back in. All right, let's keep the train moving. Next up, I think I want to put in a little bit of guitar just to, add some real life textures to it. Let's go ahead and get that in. Give me a second. Let me set up. Sometimes it takes a quick second to set up. So, as I'm doing it, if you could hit that like and subscribe button, that really helped me out, especially if you made it this far. I know I hit you with the like and subscribe twice, but sometimes you only get what you ask for. So I'm asking. All right, let's go ahead and get this guitar in. Got my Yamaha Rev Star, my go-to axe for in the studio. But anyway, let me stop gushing on this. Let's go ahead and get that, get this guitar part in. All right. I think we got that in just the way we want it. Sounds good. While we're doing live played instrumentation, let's go ahead and put in a bass. Let me show you what I use to process it. We're using IK Multimedia's Amplitude. We're using just the basic SVX500 preset. And then I want to put a little extra fuzz and bump on it. So I'm using Arturia's Disc Cold Fire, this bass folding dynamics preset. It's going to give it a growl and just an aggressive tone. I think you're going to like what we hear. Let's get it in. All right, I think we got that in relatively nicely. The one thing that I am gonna look at is for the bass, I think there may be one area where I didn't mute the strings very nicely, so it has a little bit of a, I don't know, a little open string ringing there. So I'm gonna try to clean that up right quick as I roll this up. So give me a second. We'll get back to it. Boom, there we go. Not the cleanest of wraps, but it's wrapped and it's out of the way. So as we look at this, I can tell, let's just solo it, see what we got. I think the problem's right here, but I'll show you. We'll solo it, see what we got. Take that off. Yep, that's it. So what we're gonna do is just jump in, cut there, grab our mute tool. Uh-oh, not the whole thing. Let's deselect. We just want that part. There we go. Let's go back. Let's put a little fade in this way, a little fade in that way. All right. I think that fixed it up nicely, and I think we're good to go. We're ready to move on. But like I said, I want a little variation for this thing, or like I'm telling you now, I want a little variation for this thing. So I'm going to mute what we just put in right quick. And what I'm gonna do is I'm also gonna put in a hard synth type bass. For that, we're using the Hard Cycle Low XXV Sovereign Soul Pack. Link down below if you want to help out the channel and pick that up. All right, let's get in this this part here for the hard bass. Last thing I want to do is add in a little transitional element. We're going to put in a little bit of a riser. We're using Analog Labs, this rising preset. Let's see where it's from. Let's pop back, go to Explore. This is just from the factory kit here from Analog Lab Pro. It's called Rising. Let's just go ahead, drop this in on the one of the last bar here. You see we're here. All right, I think we got enough here to be dangerous. We're not gonna do too much. All right, let's go ahead, put a quick sequence together. I'll come back and let you hear it. Give me a second. All right, you guys, we put together a nice little sequence. Like I said, something left to center, something that has that hip hop plus R&B contemporary sound going. I think this will work nicely for Smino. If you see him, let him know. You know, shoot him the link to the video. Let him know I got some heat for him. JK. Anyway, I'm going to let y'all hear what I got. I want to tell you I appreciate you guys for stopping by. As always, stay up. All right, let's hear it out. TCM. you made it to the lesson after the session. Drop a keyboard emoji in the comments if you made it this far. Appreciate it. All right, now let's get to breaking down these chords. Like I said before, we're in F sharp major. Let's just go ahead and take a look at our first chord, which will be a D sharp minor 9. Matter of fact, let me slow down. I'll show you all the chords that we're going to be using today. It's only 5 chords. We're using it in a sequence alternating between which chords we're going to be using, but ultimately we're just using 5 chords. I'll put them all on the screen now, and we'll walk through and spell each out. All right, first we're starting with that D sharp minor 9. Let's start. All right, so we have a D sharp in our left hand, and then in our right hand we have an F sharp, an A sharp, a C sharp, and an E sharp, which is basically just an F. All right, sounds like this. Then from there we're going to a G sharp minor 9, and we have our G sharp in the bass with our left hand, and then from there we're using F sharp, A sharp, B, and D sharp. Sounds like this. Then we're moving to an A sharp minor 7, A sharp in your left hand. Then we'll have a G sharp, an A sharp, a C sharp, and an E sharp, again, which is just an F. Sounds like this. Then we're using a chord, an F sharp dominant 13 sus4 chord. So we'll have an F sharp in our left hand, and then we'll start with an E, a G sharp, a B, and then a D sharp. Sounds like this. All right, and then for that second pass, we're going to go back to the chords that we saw before. We're going to use the D sharp minor 9, the G sharp minor 9, the A sharp minor 7, back to a D sharp minor 9. Now we're going to use that 5th chord that we were talking, well, not the actual 5th, but in this sequence, the 5th chord that we're using is going to be a B major 7. And you're going to use the same shape as G sharp minor 9. The root will be a B. So let me spell it out. So we're going to have a B in the left hand, an F sharp, an A sharp, a B, and a D sharp in the right. Sounds like this. Then we go back again to a G sharp minor 9. And then we start all over at the beginning with the D sharp minor 9. All right, those are the chords. Now let's play it around just so we can get the feel and get it underneath our fingers. All right, those are the chords. Thanks for stopping by for the lesson after the session. As always, we appreciate you. Stay up. And if you want to see more videos like this, click over here.